Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. It's your girl SJ. Welcome to Music, Life, and Love, where on this channel I just talk about music, life, and love, everything in between, everything and nothing at all. So, before I get into the segment, I want to first talk about a song that I absolutely cannot stand, along with a song that I actually like, and it's by the same artist, whatever. So, the first song that I want to talk about that I can't stand is an artist named Money Long, and the song is Hours and Hours. I hate the song. I have a really strong dislike for this song. Why? Because I don't like songs that rhyme too much. Like, while I like the concept of the song, I don't like the fact that it rhymes throughout the whole first verse and the chorus. It's annoying to me. It's so annoying. Like, and this is not to take away from Money Long because we know that she has came a long way because we know that she was a writer, a songwriter before she became Money Long. We all know this. And but I don't like the song. I do not like it. Like, it just rhymes so much. It just annoyed me every time it came on. I literally was like, oh my God. It just sounded like I was on a merry-go-round going round and round and round again. Just kept hearing the same hours and towers and lobster showers and like that made me cringe. It made me cringe to just listening to that. And I mean, while it makes for good songwriting, like that is a technique to use, to try to make things rhyme, lyrics rhyme. Um, but I am not necessarily a fan of a whole song rhyming. Now, in the second verse, it was broken up a little bit. And I was like, see, I like this. And a lot of times, it sounds really good when the song rhymes, but sometimes more than often, like when it doesn't rhyme, is when I feel like the song shines. The artist makes it shine, the vocals, all of that combined makes it shine. But I was just like, if she says this line hours and hours, I can do this for hours, talk to you for, like, we get it. We get how much you love your, this person, or the song is giving, like, you can do this for eternity. I don't think I can do anything that long. The way that the song was portrayed to just be and love and talk and do for hours, like, not for me. And it was just so repetitive. It was so repetitive. And not to take away from any of her other songs, because all of her other songs I love. I'm actually going to talk about another song that I absolutely love of hers. But I could not stand hours and hours. And I thought that maybe, because you know how sometimes you have songs that you initially don't like, and after you keep hearing it and you keep hearing it, you hear different things in it that you like didn't hear before, and it's like, oh, actually, I like that part. Oh, I do like that part. Like, that never happened for me for that song. I still to this day absolutely cannot stand that song. Am I hating a little bit? Probably. Probably I am, because I couldn't come up with it. But I don't like the song because it just rhymes too much. I just sometimes feel like it just don't need that. But it was still a good song. It popped the charts. It did its thing. But I could not stand the song. Hated it. Still do. So yeah, like, I mean, I still don't like the song. Am I hating a little bit? I am. I'm not gonna say because I couldn't do it, but I could have. just to let y'all know a little bit of a background about me. I am obviously not a well known songwriter, but I love to this day to write songs. I would do it. I would write poems, and I was always into music growing up. I have been had my first radio at probably at the age of 6. My dad's friend gave it to me. His name was Uncle Spunky. That was my first like musical instrument or what have you. He's bought me a radio, and I have been listening to music ever since. And I was a credit reader, so I was always reading the back of the albums, the credits of who wrote what, how it was composed, instruments played, background vocals, artwork. I was always into that. So I grew up always wanting to be a songwriter. It never came to fruition, but hey, I still have that drive in me to do it. And so a little bit of me not liking a Money Long song might be a little bit of me hating. I can own that. It's fine, but whatever. But it's just like for real, I don't like this song because it rhymes just too much and it's a little overkill. But nonetheless, she is a great artist. Like I love her vocals. I love everything about her art and how she really just it's not just about music to her. It's really about bringing forefront an idea in her mind out onto lyrics. Like I love that. She was actually in an interview, and something I thought was that she said was interesting. She had an interview with Big Boy, and she was saying something to the effect. Don't quote me, because it might be taken out of contents. But she was saying something to the effect that sometimes I guess producers would give people like their D-list tracks or whatever, and it might be just a loop or something unfinished or whatever, and the songwriter is probably left to just kind of figure it out or whatever. And so she was saying that she didn't like that. She stopped taking things like that because it made it hard for her to, I guess, maybe come up with um, great lyrics. And she said she didn't like to conjure up, is what she said, lyrics. And if it doesn't basically come naturally, like, she won't do it. And I actually agree with her to a certain extent because when I listen to certain tracks, I let them speak to me. I let the track tell me what's supposed to be done. When it's forced, it's like sometimes it don't come out right. It sounds crazy, but and or also on the other hand, I love tracks that do give me a little bit of challenge that is kind of outside of my normal writing pattern or the normal thing that I'm looking to write to. And it gives me a challenge. It makes me think of another way to word things, another way to have it sound. Um, and so I also think that when it becomes a challenge, sometimes it can make for an even greater song. Because I have heard some songs where it's just like, I don't think I would have even thought of that. Like, I mean, we got all kinds of different writers, and I'm trying to think of a song offhand. Oh, it's the song actually that I'm just thinking about off the dome. Is a song that is sung by Mario and written by oh gosh, I can't think of his name. But anyway, it's thinking about you all night. Thinking about you all night. Like that, the way that the track is made, it sounds like a very complicated track to write to. I gotta look up that writer, but it's great. Like it is a great great song that's written by Mariah. Let me pull it up for y'all right quick. So yes, it was Rico Love, and he also did an interview on an R&B Money podcast talking about this. And when I when I'm hearing that song, it's like, yo, this is to me, it sounds very complicated. To me, it sounds like you got to come back to this track. You got to start with something and then kind of come back and kind of fill in the pieces. That's what it sounds like to me. But I love the chorus of the song, the whole verse and the chorus, and it's an amazing track to me. That's just one of the songs I was thinking about that could seem like it could be like a little bit of a challenge for a songwriter to kind of place the words right where they're supposed to be. Because y'all gotta go listen to that song. Like go listen to it. I think it was a single. I'm pretty sure it was a single, and it didn't pick up much traction. But y'all go listen to that album, that song, thinking about you all night. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, it's by Mario. Like go listen to that song. So yeah, anyway, that was a super random rant, just about how I love songwriting, and while I do agree with what I was talking about originally, Money Long saying that she likes for the track to talk to her and to kind of naturally let the track tell you what it's going to be about. I also think that sometimes taking tracks that are a little bit out of your normal realm of writing can be a little bit of a challenge, but also they can make honestly the best great songs, in my opinion. So, this next segment, I wanted to talk about a song that I actually love. And as you can see, it is Money Long, and the song title is Made for Me. Y'all, listen. I think this song, and while it does rhyme, I just really like the way that it sounds. Let me pull up the lyrics. It rhymes a little bit, but not too much. And I think that's a really good balance, and which is why I also think this makes for a great song. It's very simple. Her vocals are beautiful. The track is beautiful. And even in an interview, in that same interview that she did with Big Boy, she said she let this track talk to her and it came natural. Like I love, love, love this song. It is amazing. So I think that the meaning of this song, y'all, bear with me, is self love of a woman, learning how to love yourself from your past until now. Hear me out. So, yes, so what I mean is made for me. When I first heard the song, I was like, this is a self love song. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. Like, while if I'm being honest, I do hear how people can say, it's about your partner. I totally get that, and I do love that interpretation as well. But I love the self love interpretation. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. I mean, you can, but I'm sticking with self love. Like, I can't help it. I mean, you know, so people may be like, well, why? The smell of your perfume. I thought I was immune. Looking around this room, like I hear that, and as women, we get up in the morning. If you have a job or whatever it is that we're doing, we get up, and if we're going out on a date, if we are doing something nice for ourselves, whatever it is that we're doing, we're getting up, we're getting dressed, and we're putting on some perfume that smells good, the scent of the day. Or if we're going on date night, we got a scent for that. If we're going to the beach, we got a scent for that. Whatever, all of that is fine. But when I think about in the context of this song, self love, the smell of your perfume, I thought I was immune. Hear me out. Sometimes it's going to be a reach, but it's reachable. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. When we as women are immune to something, we're used to it. When anybody's immune to something, we're used to it. And it could be, you know, the perfume that we're wearing translate to maybe just the scent of ourselves, the things that we've been through, the things that we are just so used to ourselves, the things that we are trying to change about ourselves that's very hard to do. We could be immune to that. doesn't quite necessarily make sense when it says the smell of your perfume, but when I hear that, that is immediately for some reason where my mind goes. Looking around this room, can't help but see the traces of you. Like, I also think about the past, present, and the future of a woman who was going through this journey of self care and self love, and maybe have been in some deep, dark places in her life. That she has now looking back and she has seen all the transformations that she is now and want to continue to become in the future. Um, you know, this moment is surreal. I can't put into words how I feel. Twin, like to be able to go through something, traumatic in a woman's life and to be able to come out on the other side beautiful. You're going to have some heart damage, you're going to have some emotional damage, but we can come out of that. We can come out of that and be able to look back, and it's just like this moment is surreal. Like, I can't believe I've been through that. I can't believe I made it out of that. I can't believe I settled for that. I can't believe I used to do this to myself. I can't believe I allowed this for myself. Like, just thinking about the damage that sometimes we do to ourselves and that we also allow other people to do moving forward, and be able to come out of that, it can be a surreal moment because sometimes we feel like, especially in a moment, I can't come back from this. How am I going to come back from this? But when you do, it's a beautiful moment. And then the word twin, like, listen, y'all can't tell me otherwise. I get it. Twin flame, your soulmate, somebody who gets you, somebody who just understands you, somebody who thinks like you. Like, I get that. I totally get twin flame. But here on this podcast, Music, Life, and Love, twin means yourself. Twin means you, honey. It means you. I'm sorry. That's what it means. It means who else is your twin? You. You are your twin. Nobody knows me quite like you know. Like, your soulmate, your partner, they do know you. But you have come to a place where you know yourself. Nobody knows me quite like you. Quite like you. Body to body, skin to skin. I'm never going to love like this again. You were made for me. Like, looking in the mirror after you have been through so much, and now knowing your boundaries, and now knowing yourself, and now knowing what you're going to put up with, and just knowing the deep parts that scare you, and knowing the deep parts that make you happy. You know that about you. You know that about you. And can't nobody take that away from you. You were made for me. Like, you were made for me. You have been through so much and have built, tore down, rebuilt yourself into this beautiful woman that you want to continue to become. Like, you were made for me. You were made for this body that you're in. A little bruised, a little emotional damage, but you don't still carry that. You were made for me. Like, it's a self love song, y'all. Like, I can't fight me. Okay, no, don't. Because I'm scared of the people on the internet. Like, don't do it. I'm just joking. I'm just talking about my opinion. This is just, I'm just on here just to talk about my opinion. Like I said, this whole podcast, YouTube is just for me to talk and rant about everything and nothing, music, life, and love. That's all it's about. I'm just giving my opinion on whatever. But it's, listen, like, it's a self love. One look in my eyes, I'm lying. Like, don't tell yourself these lies any longer. You don't do that to yourself. You don't accept a whole lot of crap you used to. Like, don't do that to yourself. Man, listen, y'all know the vibes of the song. The song is just a great great, great self love song. I will always say that. I can't hear it no other way. Like I cannot hear it no other way. Um, it's like I knew it was rare because before you, I never did care. Again, like we sometimes as women, we go through so much crap and we treat ourselves so poorly. Like I didn't even at a time, it could be a time in our life when we just didn't even care about ourselves that much. And then that affected how other people care for us. Like, because before you, I never did care, but I do now. I do now. Y'all, where have you been? Where have you been? Twin. Twin. Y'all, like and subscribe. I got more random rants coming. Like and subscribe. Music, Life, and Love. A song, more podcast about music, love, everything in between, everything and nothing, all of it and everything. I will see y'all in the next video.